Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character listener by me. So let's get into it. Neuvillette. Maybe it's because he's a dragon, but whoever he holds close to his heart, it is very important that nobody tries to take what is his. And you are considered that because you mean a lot to him. You are his treasure, his most precious treasure in the world. And for other people to have the privilege of looking at you, that alone was more than they deserved. But to ask for more than that was foolish. Not to mention, he just did not like people being so close to you and so comfortable, talking to you in such a way. So, when the two of you were at a party, and you saw that man talking to you and flirting with you, it made him very irked and upset. But he didn't say a single thing. He trusted you after all. He didn't need to tell you anything or worry about you. Except, of course, if the man did not respect the boundaries that you had set. But thankfully that was not the case. However, that feeling in his heart, that bitterness, it didn't disappear. And he hated that it stayed with him. Because he didn't want it. He didn't want to be jealous. He didn't want to feel in such a way. And yet, it seemed like it was something he couldn't prevent. You've noticed how he's been, and yet you didn't know what to say about it, not knowing if you would be upsetting him more if you pointed it out. So, when you saw how he was being so avoidant and trying to stay alone, you left him to it. Except, maybe it wasn't the best course of action, because then he was not really good at dealing with his own emotions either, and you kind of just left him to fester. So, after some hesitation from you, you see that his mood is not getting any better, and you decide that you'll have to intervene. And you go over to him, holding his hand gently and squeezing it. Neuvillette, dear, do you need to talk? You don't look like you've been doing very well tonight. You know, if you need it, we may just talk about something that would be peaceful for you. But you seem to be in a horrible mood. What is it? He hesitates. Then he tells you, and he looks embarrassed. He doesn't want to be jealous. He's trying not to be, and yet it's like he can't control it. So, when you hold his hand gently and look into his eyes, you tell him what you think. Jealousy is normal, Neuvillette. It's a feeling that anyone can feel, and most people in a relationship do experience jealousy at times. It's normal. It's something that almost everyone feels. It's nothing to be ashamed of or worried about. I promise you that. So please, don't feel ashamed for feeling something so normal, okay? You tell him. And although he looks quite hesitant, once you kiss his cheek, he smiles, blushing. If you insist, then I shall try. And I do insist. Now come on. I really don't want you being alone like that. Stay with me. Let's have some fun. Xiao. Xiao is actually adorable when it comes to this. Because he's trying his best. And also, he has no idea why he's feeling jealous in the first place. He's not used to that. And it feels rather ridiculous for him. But it is adorable to watch nonetheless. And that jealousy in his chest, to him, seems bitter and cursed and unnatural. How could he feel such an ugly feeling, especially when it comes to you? He's so jealous, but he tries not to let it get to him. He doesn't know how to deal with it, at least not in a healthy way, considering that he was not usually someone who was apt at dealing with his emotions. But he didn't want to be a negative person in your life. He didn't want to be a source of things that just made you upset. And that's why, after some hesitation, he decided to take a break and leave you alone for a day. And when he came late at night, he found out that you were still waiting for him. But you seemed to be upset. I was out with my friends, and we intended to be with you. So, why were you doing that? You were being weird all the time, and then you just left. Why? You ask him. It's not like you could read his mind or understand what he was going through immediately. You needed an explanation. And he looked a little bit embarrassed, hesitant, before looking down. I was jealous of the way that you were being with your best friend. I know it does not make sense and feels rather idiotic, but it's not something I have control over. I really don't. I am sorry, Mayan. I truly am. Please, do not despise me for those feelings. You sigh softly, holding his hands and kissing him. I don't. I could never be mad at you for so long, Xiao. I just didn't know why you were acting that way. And had you told me, I wouldn't have minded that you left. But I don't want you to feel jealous of my best friend. My best friend, I knew him for years. And if I wanted anything with him, I would be having that by now. And same goes for him too. And in fact, he actually has a crush on someone else. So you don't need to worry. He smiles, and you find yourself giggling, kissing him softly and wrapping your arms around him. You look like you need some rest. How about you just sit here, and I get us a drink? You know, and we could cuddle. I won't ask for a lot since you're tired, but you'll still have to make it up to me, the way that you left and everything. He smiles, nodding. He would never mind that. He loves you, and making it up to you, and making sure that you're happy. That's a priority to him, and it's not something that could ever make him upset or displeased. So he will sit with you and cuddle you, and give you as much love as you want.